You're listening to the Sovereign Society podcast, a spiritual lifestyle sanctuary empowering you to honor the journey, trust the process, and radiate your radness. I'm your soul guide, Sabrina Riccio, Kundalini yoga teacher, spiritual mentor, and modern medicine woman who's on a mission to anchor in heaven on earth in this golden era. Join me every week where I gather some of my favorite spiritual leaders, goddesspreneurs, and change makers for some authentic conversations about all things spirituality, wellness, what it takes to build your empire, and so much more. Over the years, after my deep Kundalini awakening and a series of events like being struck by lightning, it's been loud and clear that part of my divine purpose here is to share with you the tools and the guidance that supported me along the way. My mission here is to empower you to navigate through these changing times with ease and grace as you go forth and align to your soul's destiny while staying true and real along the way. Thank you so much for tuning into the Sovereign Society podcast, and get ready because we're about to go in deep and come out the other side stronger than ever before. This episode is brought to you by Thrive, my 8-week soul activation experience to help you transmute your trauma and align to your soul's destiny. As we implement Kundalini yoga and quantum activation and modern mysticism, you'll begin to heal your pains, your suffering, your traumas, the stuff that isn't even yours. You'll be able to heal and transmute it to create the solid foundation to build the business, the empire, the queendom, the kingdom, the life that you've always desired. I'm currently accepting applications for our January 27th launch. That is going to be the first one of 2019. And this is your chance to anchor in the new paradigm, to anchor in the golden era, simply through your willingness and your desires to finally live the life you know you're destined to experience. So the world is ready for your medicine. If you want to learn more, go check out thrive.sabrinariccio.com and apply today. I'm so excited to see you there, and I'm so excited to see you witness the shifts as you go forth and radiate your radness and uplift the collective simply through your beingness. So go check out thrive.sabrinariccio.com for more information and sign up today before spots fill up. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Sovereign Society podcast. I am actually doing this with a Instagram live and a Facebook live. So I'm inside my Facebook group, the Sovereign Society, doing this live, and I am really excited about talking with you all about today's episode, because the other day, as in Monday, I went to go see my ultimate spiritual teacher, the ultimate, for me at least, Marianne Williamson, announce her presidency. And that to me was just like, oh my gosh, like that woman. I met Marianne Williamson in 2012 when I was in my rock bottom after I was struck by lightning. And she told me, I remember just like literally like verbal diarrhea all over her about like all of my shit. And she told me, she said, honey, you're going to be fine. Read A Return to Love. So I walked out the Center for Spiritual Living at my rock bottom, and what do I see? An owl sitting there. And that owl is just so like wisdom, right? And the owl just flew away. And so that was when I left San Diego and I moved back to my parents' house, and I really started like immersing myself in my journey. And so over the years, she's been one of the most pivotal teachers of my life. And to have her, you know, and to support her and to see, you know, her share her story and her share her passion and her to step out of her comfort zone because she's answering the call. It was a no-brainer for me to go drive to LA 2 hours away. Actually, it's usually not 2 hours away, but like Spirit really wanted me to be there. So there was no traffic driving to LA, which if you live in California, you know how rare it is to hear that. But I literally got from Palm Springs to Beverly Hills in 2 hours, and I left at 2 p.m. Like, what? Like, that shit does not happen. So I knew I was supposed to be there. I knew that, you know, there was something for me to really get from that experience. And right now I'm in my last days of enrolling for Thrive for the year. And watching Marianne up there, it just really inspired me of how much I just want to, how like the desire to really change the lives of the people that are going through that experience of Thrive. Because here is this woman who is a spiritual teacher who's not the normal traditional political person you would find. And she is getting completely out of her comfort zone because she's answering the call and she's running for president. Like, oh my God, so incredible. So I want to talk about, because it's been really bothering me that not only Breitbart, which is like the biggest alt-right, like pro-Trump supporting group website, they're the only ones that have talked about Marianne Williamson running for president, and no other outlet has talked about this. So I was like, you know what? We are the media, and I'm going to support the woman who supported me. And I'm going to use my energy and my power and my voice to support the woman who supported me. So I am going to be, it was interesting. She had a call for us to like start to like really like educate and to get the message out, because it's not about just electing her. It's about like following and believing in the movement of what she's doing. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So she encouraged us to really talk and have conversation and to educate. And this year, literally since like the beginning of this year, probably even like a little bit into December too, when I was on my social media detox, I was just so passionate to be learning more about politics and how I can make great change in the world and get involved. And I've been really passionate about politics. I remember in high school, like we had like a debate where it was like all these different like political parties and stuff. And I was part of the Socialist Party. Now I consider myself a Democratic Socialist, but I was part of the Socialist Party and we won. But I was the one who was like, I created the event. Like we had everyone from like the high school come in, like different classes, like you had to sign up and you would watch the debates, and every period we had like a new debate. And I remember I set the whole thing up, and like, here I am yesterday at Marianne's event on Monday, and I was holding space and supporting my sister who her team was responsible for the live stream. So if you caught the live stream, that was like my friend's company. And to be there, it was just like, holy shit. Like I saw how hard my friend worked to be able to have the opportunity to participate and to create the container for a live stream for a presidential nominee. Like that to me just like blew my fucking mind. Like, whoa, I have such incredible people in my inner circle. So Alice, if you're listening, I'm so proud of you. And I just, so during the whole time I was there, I wore my white, and I just like really allowed myself to immerse into the fact that I am sitting at a presidential announcement of a woman who is conscious, who is smart, who is spiritual, who's super educated, who's been helping people throughout her whole career. How can I support that? So I went there and I held the container for my friend Alice and supported her any way that I can. I was pretty much assisting Alice and just helping Alice with whatever she needed: water, crystals, frankincense. I was just helping her because, it's a big fucking deal. And so I just wanted to share with you all today the 5 takeaways I really got, or the 4 takeaways, unless more comes through, shit, I'm just completely winging this, but I want to talk about the big takeaways I got from Marianne Williamson and watching and participating in her presidential announcement on Monday. So the first thing I want to talk about that I really got from that experience is that if you want to implement great change, we cannot be doing the same things we've been doing. So that doesn't just apply to politics. That applies to every area of your life, because again, this is a holistic approach. This is understanding that there is no separation between ourselves, the work we're doing, how we're here to serve, our mission, our purpose. All of it is connected, our relationships, our health. They are in a symbiotic relationship. And so we cannot, if we want to have this great change, if we've been doing the same habits we've been doing, how do you expect us to really shift our experience or shift our perception? So to me, it was just really understanding like, whoa, like I have a responsibility. If there's something that I want to experience, then I have to do something I've never done before, because everything is energy, everything is a vibration. And, you are the container. You are the container in which the medicine and the message runs through. So you have to really allow yourself to go there and to start implementing these new habits and these new ways of being. Because if you are showing the universe and telling the universe like, hey, I want to up level, you have to start taking action of that up level, honoring your vessel, your body for that up level, and to look and see like what isn't. This is going into my second point. The second takeaway I got was that sometimes looking back and having to like re-go through these patterns, that allows us to really see our wounds. And that is the most important part of the journey. Because again, if you want to make change, you have to be able to get radically honest with your ways of being, your habits, your beliefs. And through that are the things that you are doing right here, right now, are they in alignment with the future you see yourself being when you want what it is you're reaching towards, And so to me, I feel like these past 2 years since we've had 45 in office, it's been an opportunity for us to really get radically honest with ourselves and address the wounds of this country, and to really come to terms with the fact that like the old system, the system we've been doing for so long, it doesn't fucking work anymore. And that is part of the new earth, right? This is a post 2012 earth now. People have been doing the work. People have been committed to making themselves better. People are saying enough is enough. I'm done playing small. And so with that, they're doing the work. And I think with the wave of consciousness that's happening, this is part of the responsibility we have to do. And so again, like I feel responsible to contribute, to share and educate people on how to raise their consciousness and think higher, because we are living in a time right now where we have to be thinking at a higher level of consciousness. So that goes in all areas of our lives. There is no separation. Again, there is no separation between all of these facets of our human experience. They are all interwoven. They are all interconnected. And, what she was talking about was the reparations that Germany would give people and survivors of the Holocaust, the money, and they would give them money to help support, to balance. And that's what Marianne wants to do with slavery, because she was talking about the Civil War ended in the 1800s. And, there's never been that equal opportunity for people of color to have a chance, because there is deep ancestral wounds and deep ancestral healing that needs to happen. And because this goes back generationally, it's more challenging for people to endure and to keep going if they don't have the awareness or the tools or the support to heal and transmute, so that they can heal 7 generations behind them and 7 generations before them. So, for me, that's been a huge part of my passion, has been really cultivating that conscious community and the conscious generation by doing the ancestral healing work. It's a huge part of Thrive, I think. And I feel that you have to be able to really do the work. You have to be able to dive in deep. You have to be able to get radically honest and real with yourself about the habits you've been doing, and if they're in alignment with yourself, or if they are out of alignment with the self you see yourself becoming, and act accordingly. So that to me has just been really powerful to see, her views on wanting to help people of color who've been, especially African Americans, who have been victims of the slavery movement. And this is an opportunity for them to start to become victorious by giving them an opportunity to really have the tools necessary to not be stressed out, to allow themselves to, start building the businesses and the lives and live the life that they want. So go check out Marianne2020.com too, because that has her whole campaign and her platform on there. And I just think, if I have a platform that is millennial, like majority of these people are millennials, I want to make sure that I am, being a leader for millennials, because the third thing she said that really resonated and struck a chord with me was that this was, and I quote, "The new paradigm of leadership is about holding space for the brilliance of others." Oh my God. Like, to be able to have this opportunity where we are rising up as leaders to be able to create the container for other people to also be in their brilliance, to radiate their radness. Hello. That's like my thing. That is the new paradigm of leadership. And so each of us are capable of becoming leaders of our community. Each of us are capable to really activate who we are. Each of us are capable of being leaders by allowing ourselves to embrace our own shadows, to embrace our own shit, to get honest with our own selves, and to start making the change. Because once you do, you can hold that container for other people, and you can allow other people to go through their experience, and you can share with them the wisdom and the experience and the opportunity for them to really heal, for them to really shine. And right now, like, all of this has just been a call for us to rise up. There's no more time to play small. This is why I'm offering Thrive. Again, this is the last time I'm offering Thrive this year, because this is part of how I'm taking action of helping people heal and transmute, clear out, to continue to raise their vibration, to have a really solid container to be able to sustain and hold what it is, the energy of what they're calling in, whether it's more money, more opportunities, better health. Those all require higher vibrations than where we are today. Otherwise, you would already be there. I repeat, you would already be there if you were at that vibration and sustaining that vibration. If you were at that vibration, to get to that vibration, you have to clear the energy and clear the debris of the old that is not in alignment with the self you see yourself becoming. How is that? So the other big takeaway I got from her, that was really, the game changers. When you hear the call to share your gifts with the world, you get out of your comfort zone and you take action. You have to break free from the comfort zone, from the cocoon. Allow your wings to spread, and everything that you have experienced, everything you have gone through up until now, it has led you to this experience. It has led you to this conversation. It has led you to this breath. So for you to be able to get to that experience, for you to be able to witness the world that you want, it's you. It's always you. And with that, it takes this opportunity for you to get out of what's been the mundane for you. Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. And so I know for damn straight, Marianne's like, she's never been in politics before, so that is way out of her comfort zone. Like, it was so amazing to see her on the floor. Like, I left at like 9:30 on Monday and she was still on the floor talking to people. And that was like, fuck yeah, that was so exciting, like, for the people. And so I'm just here to help people and to catalyze sacred disruptors, people who are here to break free from the status quo and to allow themselves to give themselves their own permission to express the truth of who they are, for themselves to have the permission to empower and activate others to do the same. Like, I just see, like, when we heal ourselves, it's a web. Like, we're all interconnected and it's a web, and like it trickles down to the other people and the other areas of your life. And so I'm just really passionate right now. I just want to see people stop playing small. I want to see people show up. I want to see people rise up. I want to see people educating each other. I want to see us be fucking adults and start to take action, because if you're part, like the story of like, oh, like being a spiritual person, like, oh, I don't do politics. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is for like the health of the people. Like, we need to take care of our brothers and sisters, especially those who may not have as strong of a voice as, you know, they've been marginalized. And so we have to speak up on behalf of them, and we have to show up and support them, because we are not on this journey alone. Each of us is here to share our gifts. Each of us is here to unleash our medicine. Each of us has an opportunity to heal the wounds from our past. You are not tied to the outdated beliefs. You are not tied to the outdated ways of being. You are not tied to the old programming. You are sovereign. You are free to choose your experience. You have the gift of free will. So you have the power to say, I do not consent to this as my reality anymore. So for me, I do not consent to see the world that we've been living in as my reality anymore. I'm choosing to live at a higher level. I'm choosing to activate others through my message. I choose to activate others through my light. I choose to activate others by sharing my gifts and my talents. And I choose to hold a container for people to experience their own brilliance, their own radiance, their own truth, their Sat Nam, their abundance. So I'm excited, and I'm really grateful to be a spiritual teacher. I'm really grateful to do the work that I do, where I get to see people transform their lives. I get to witness the shifts. Like, I love seeing people who, like, I used to see on my Instagram feed, like from when I started the Sovereign Society podcast like years ago, and to see where they are now, like I can see that they're actually implementing and they're experiencing the words through my transmission, through what I'm saying, and they're feeling it to the core of their being. This is how I'm doing my best to live my medicine. This is how I'm doing my best to share my medicine. This is how I'm doing my best to unleash my truth, because I know and I see that there's no time to play small. I've been working at this for the past 7 years. Like, since 2012, I've been working on this, like really like stepping up as an activist, stepping up as a change maker, stepping up as a sacred disruptor by taking responsibility for my own life first. I've allowed myself to invest my time, my money, and my energy in myself, through trainings, through certification programs, through personal development, through retreats, through travel, through plant ceremonies. Like, I have been putting so much of the fucking work in for myself so that I can be that really pure, solid container for people like you to be able to witness their own shifts. So all in all, I just appreciate so much that Marianne Williamson has been answering the call to step up and to implement the change, because the way that it's been going, it's like it doesn't fucking work anymore. It's outdated. It's an outdated system. These outdated systems they're not going to be able to be sustained, because guess what? Humanity as a collective, and each on our individual level, we are elevating our consciousness more and more every day. The more that people are doing the work, the clearer the force is, the field is, the vortex is for all of us. So this is how each of us is taking responsibility. And I mean, shit, everyone that I know, like in my inner circle, they have been so committed to doing the fucking work, so committed to doing the work. And now we're like really seeing the fruits of our labor. You know, we've committed, we've been dedicated and devoted to connecting with God, spirit, universe to the best of our ability to become our highest selves so that we can make change. Because every single person who is on this human experience right here, right now, there's no accident why they incarnated during this wild time in human history. Each of us has something unique to share. Each of us has something incredible to share. Each of us has the power, and the ability and permission to share with the world what has helped us heal, to share with the world the heart and the love that lives within us so that we can see that without us. So I'm very excited. I'm so optimistic for our future because a lot of people are waking up. Thank God. A lot of people are answering the call. Thank God. And a lot of people are choosing to stop playing small. So if you're ready to stop playing small, I invite you to join me for Thrive. I have 10 spots available. And by the time this podcast comes out, I'll only have 8. So I have 8 spots available for you to sign up. And this is the last time I'm offering Thrive to do the deep internal healing work. So if you feel like you've been like stuck and you've been trapped and you've been in this loop and you're like over it, you're just fucking over it, and you're ready to experience something different, I invite you to join me for Thrive. This is the last time I'm offering it this year because Spirit is showing me a few other things to help humanity. So I'm honoring that. And this is a really sacred container we create in Thrive because in this experience, you are healing, you are transmuting, you are evolving into the person you are destined to be. And so if you want to learn more, you can check out thrive.sabrinariccio.com, apply, set up a time for us to chat this week. The doors are closing Sunday on the 2nd, and we have our first group coaching call on the 5th. But this experience is the opportunity for you to embrace all facets of your human experience, to finally let go of that trauma and the pain of your childhood and your past so that you can focus on living in that heart-centered consciousness, because all of the debris from our childhood, from ages around 0 to 22, they have been ruling the show that have prevented us from living in a heart-centered consciousness. And I want you to live in that heart-centered consciousness. I want all of us to experience that heart-centered consciousness because this is what it is. It's about returning to love. It's about being love. It's about embracing who we are and to allow love to take the lead, because hate cannot cast out hate. So we cannot hate ourselves for the shit that we've done in the past. Only love can do that. So if the things that we don't like about ourselves, we have to go within and start to love about ourselves, because that is literally, that's the juice right there. Like those shadows, that is the space for opportunity. That is the first steps of your transformation is to embrace the shadows. So I invite you to embrace your shadows. I invite you to be the light you wish to see in the world. I invite you to heal and transmute anything that doesn't serve, especially the pain and the trauma from our lineage and from our ancestors, because everyone's been doing their best based on their level of awareness. We're all just trying to do our fucking best here. There's no guide, roadmap on this thing called life. It's all about through experience. We don't learn through words. We learn through the experience. That's what the Abraham always says, Abraham Hicks. And that's just it is what it is. Like, you learn the most from experience. You learn when you fuck up time and time again. You learn when you've made mistakes. It's not so much the words, but it's about implementing the action and to be the change. So if you're ready to be the change, not just say it, but like really ready to be the change, and you're ready to take action and to align to your highest self, I invite you to join me for Thrive. And the doors are closing on Sunday. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to invest in yourself, because it is the best thing you can do for yourself. Because how else do you expect yourself to activate to new levels? Like being stuck doing the same things you've been doing? No, that's not going to work. So you have to just allow yourself to be aware of what are the limits you've been placing on yourself. Maybe it's limits of money, limits of abundance, the limit of who am I, the limit of I'm not enough, and fucking break through all of that shit. I mean, that's what shit. Marianne's never held office before and she's running for fucking president. Like, a real person who's never run for office before, who could really be president, like really be president. So I'm really excited, and this is the time. This is the time. This is what we've been waiting for, and the invitation is open. So I invite you to do your research. I invite you to listen to your intuition. I invite you to visualize. I want you to visualize right here, right now. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you're not driving, I invite you just to close your eyes right now. And I invite you to see, to really see in your mind's eye and your third eye, through your intuition center, what is the life you see yourself creating? What is the life you see yourself experiencing in the next 2 years? The next 5 years? Who do you see yourself being? And I want you to feel who that person is. Feel the energy of you in that moment. What are your habits? What are your beliefs? What are your practices? And that's what you need to do now. Don't wait till you get there. Start now. Implement the time to implement that. Take the time to implement the schedules to allow that to be part of your journey. And then you'll see how the rest of your world can form around that. So I love you so much. I'm so excited to see you in Thrive again. This is the last time I'm offering Thrive. This is going to be a wild journey. I feel like I could feel the energy of the people coming in already. And they're coming in with a lot of like heavy baggage. And all of that is about to be healed and transmuted. So I feel you guys. Those of you who are already coming in, I feel you. And we are the ones we've been waiting for. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I appreciate you. If you want to learn more, again, go check out thrive.sabrinariccio.com. You can apply and set up a time for us to connect. And we'll see if we're a good fit. And you can start to really implement the change and that vision you see for yourself, because there's no time like now. You are the one that is here to make great change. It all starts with you. The inner creates the outer. So always remember that. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Satnam.